Hey guys, welcome to Crush Carb, where we crush carbs, not flavors. So a lot of people ask me what they can do with leftovers, because that is a biggest problem that we all have, right? Like you have leftover protein, you have leftover cauliflower rice, whatever you have made, what can you do with it, right? So today I'm going to be sharing with you all how you can create a new dish out of leftovers. So I recently shared with you all how to make chicken stuffed peppers. And when you have that chicken left over, what can you do with it, right? So today I'm going to be showing you how you can make low carb nachos using that leftover chicken. This is really quick and easy to make because you already did the hard part, which is making the chicken. And so all we have to do today is make the chips and then make our nachos. So let's get started. So for our nachos, I'm going to be showing you all how you can make tortilla chips. So I have here almond flour tortillas. This is from the brand Siete. I have shown you guys this before. I make tacos out of these as well. I've shared the recipe with you all already. I love these because they're super healthy. All the ingredients are healthy. So this is a great choice. So what I've done here is that I have taken the tortilla and I cut it up into 4 pieces. So what you have is this. So basically 4 quadrants. So what we're going to be doing with these is that I have a baking tray here that I lined up with parchment paper. And so we're going to be baking our chips. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be placing our tortilla pieces right on top of the parchment paper. It's very important that you separate the pieces because you do not want them to overlap, right? Because the whole point is that we want these to be crispy. So if they're going to overlap, they're not going to get crisp and they're not going to get brown. So make sure that you are separating them. So make sure you have a large baking tray. You need to have a lot of space here. So I got all my chips here separated. And so now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be brushing this with some avocado oil. You can use olive oil if you want to use olive oil. I like to use avocado oil for this. So I'm just going to be grabbing my brush, or if you have avocado oil spray, you can use that. And I'm just going to be brushing it on top. And you want to make sure that you do it on both sides because you want to make sure that it gets nice and crispy. It's very important that you do apply the oil because anytime you want to get something crispy, you need the oil for it, right? So we're going to be baking this in the oven, but in general, as you know, anything that's deep fried, it's oil, right? So you have to brush a little bit of oil, and avocado oil is healthy. So this is a good choice. You can also use olive oil if you don't have avocado oil. I do want to mention that I have 4 tortillas here. You can use however much you want, depending on how much you're making for your nachos. All right, and that was my last one. And I'm going to now separate these again because you can see they got a little bit overlapped, and that happens when you're brushing it. So that's absolutely fine. And so you know tortilla chips are a bit salty, so I am going to be sprinkling this with some sea salt now. Just a little bit because you want to have some flavor out of your tortilla chips. You don't need too much because these have salt already. So the almond tortillas already have a little bit of salt. So you don't need too much, just a little bit. So I got some sea salt here. So I'm just going to be sprinkling in a little bit with my hand, just a little bit over the chips, just to get some flavor coming through. Now, as I grew up, one of our popular snacks at home was basically these fried tortillas. So, you know, the regular flour tortillas, we used to actually deep fry those, cut them up into pieces, deep fry them, and they were so delicious. And that's what I exactly remember looking at these because we were doing something really similar. Instead of deep frying, we're just going to be putting it in the oven and baking it. So it's healthy, and these are almond flour tortillas. No flour in here, right? So this is healthy. And this is my last one. All right, I got my sea salt on here. So now what we're gonna be doing is we're just gonna be putting it in the oven and we're gonna bake it at 350 degrees for 8 to 12 minutes. I say do 8 minutes because almond flour can get brown quickly. So you wanna keep an eye on this, but it's very important that you flip it during the meantime because halfway through, because you wanna make sure that both sides are golden brown. So I already have my oven preheated and I'm just gonna be putting this in the oven. So I'm going to be checking on my chips. halfway through because you want to make sure that you don't get them burned, and you want to make sure they're nicely golden brown on both sides. I do want to suggest a tip. Those of you that love chips as a snack and you like to have like nacho cheese chips or any other ranch seasoning chips, whatever you like, you can also make them 3D salmon flour tortillas, just like how I was showing you right now. And you can just sprinkle in seasoning like ranch seasoning, and there you go. You got some ranch chips. So you can still enjoy all those delicious snacks that you enjoyed before, still on a healthy low carb diet. So my timer is up for my chips. I have been flipping them halfway through. And oh my goodness, look at that. Look how nicely golden brown they are. This is exactly what we want. So now we're going to be assembling our nachos. So I'm just going to spread out our chips in case they have moved around and got overlapped. So I have our leftover chicken when we made our chicken stuffed peppers. This has mushrooms, onions, cooked with tomatoes. So I'm going to just be adding this on top of the chips. Spread it around. All right, so we got all our stuffing on our chips here for chicken, and now we're going to be adding cheese. You cannot have nachos without cheese because we're going to be baking this, so we want to have our cheese nicely melted. So I'm just going to sprinkle cheese over our nachos. I don't like too much cheese. I just want to cover it. It's totally up to you now. I just want to cover our chips. So just adding just a little bit on each individual triangle we have here. All right, and I got our cheese covered all over. And lastly, I have here some jalapenos. You can add onion, peppers. You want to add whatever else you want to add. You can add. I'm just going to be adding jalapenos. So I'm just going to be sprinkling some jalapenos over. It's totally up to you, right? Be creative. Add whatever you like to add in nachos. I'm now going to bake this in the oven at 350 degrees for just 5 to 7 minutes just to get the cheese melted and bubbly. My 5-minute timer is up. Take a look at our nachos. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Looks absolutely delicious. Wow. I'm going to finish this up with some tomatoes and one of my favorite sauces that I always make. So I'm just going to top it up with some tomatoes first. I love the red color and the flavor of the tomatoes. So we got our tomatoes. It already looks so delicious, but I'm going to take it to the next level with my favorite sauce. So this is my salsa crema sauce. So when I showed you guys how to make low carb tacos at home, in that video, I shared you guys with this recipe for my salsa crema, so you can check out the recipe from that video. And now we're going to be topping our nachos with this sauce. This sauce takes it to a next level. It is so delicious. Our loaded nachos are ready. Look at that quick and easy, because we did half of the work ahead of time, and that's exactly what you can do, right? You don't need to do all this in one day, right? Make the chicken ahead of time, and you can make the chips also ahead of time, and then just assemble all this together. That quick and easy. You can load it up with whatever your favorite toppings. So you can add avocados, guacamole, sour cream. You can add peppers and onions, whatever you want to add, right? Be creative. Now, my favorite time to taste. We go for this one. Wow, look at that. Nice and crispy. It's really crisp. And the chips are really flavorful. I'm gonna go for a big bite. Wow. So delicious. The chips are flavorful. I can taste the delicious sauce, the chicken, tomatoes, the jalapenos, like all of this combined together is amazing. And the best part of nachos is that their chips are really crispy. Because that's what you really want, right? You want to pull out that crispy texture from your chips. And that's exactly what we have here. So you can enjoy low-carb nachos right at home. And like I always say, you can enjoy all of your favorites right at home. So keep watching me for more recipes of your favorites. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Crush Carb. Try this out and let me know in the comments below how you liked it. So until next time, let's keep cooking, experimenting, and as always, let's keep crushing carbs.